Hi and welcome to another video on my channel. I'm Andrea and today we are learning to make the simple square in the Dear Peony blanket. In my previous video I showed you how to make the peony square, and today we're making the simple square. Check out the description for the other videos that are part of this series and for the pattern. To make this square you will need some yarn. I use Himalaya Enjoy, which is an almost DK weight yarn made up of 50% bamboo and 50% acrylic, and it has 100 grams and 300 meters per skein. I am using this because it's super soft and very comfortable to work with. You also need a hook that goes with your yarn. I'm using a 4mm hook, a pair of scissors and a tapestry needle to finish off. The quantities of yarn of course will depend on how big of a blanket you want to make from these squares, and you have some calculations in the pattern that I will link to in the description. For one square made of this yarn you will need about 7 grams of yarn. We begin with a magic ring by creating a loop. We put the end of the yarn on top of the working yarn and we insert the hook into this loop, then pick up one loop, chain one, and start making double crochet stitches. We need 16 double crochet stitches in this magic ring, and I make them by drawing up a tall loop, then yarning over, holding on to this loop on the hook, inserting the hook into the magic ring, picking up a loop, and then yarn over, pull through 2 and yarn over, pull through 2. This is a standing double crochet stitch and I will use it at the beginning of all the rows that have double crochet stitches. Okay, so now we need 15 more double crochet stitches into the magic ring. Now there are 16 double crochet stitches on the magic ring and we can pull on the tail to close it. Then we slip stitch into the top of the first double crochet stitch and we can begin round 2. To do that we chain 1 and we put 1 single crochet stitch into the same stitch. Then we chain 3. We skip 1 stitch and we put 1 single crochet stitch into the next stitch. Then we chain 3, skip 1 and put 1 single crochet stitch into the next stitch, and so on until we have 8 chain 3 spaces and 8 single crochet stitches. After the last chain 3, we slip stitch into the top of the first single crochet stitch, and then we'll make 4 treble clusters. To do that, we pull up a loop and yarn over twice using this loop, and we put 1 incomplete treble crochet stitch into the top of this single crochet stitch. So we pick up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Then we yarn over twice again, and we insert the hook into the same space, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, and we repeat this twice more. Now we have 5 loops on the hook and yarn over, pull through all 5 of the loops. And we made 1 4 treble cluster. Then we chain 6. And we yarn over twice and we put another cluster into the next single crochet stitch. Then we chain 8. And we repeat this cluster, chain 6, cluster, chain 8 into the next single crochet stitches. So we yarn over twice, put 1 cluster into the next single crochet stitch, chain 6, and 1 cluster into the next single crochet stitch. Now chain 8. And continue like this around until we have 8 clusters and 4 chain 6 spaces and 4 chain 8 spaces. You should end with a chain 8 space and slip stitch into the top of the first cluster and then slip stitch into the next chain 6 space. Now we will put 5 trebles into the chain 6 space, then 5 trebles, chain 2, 5 trebles into the chain 8 space, and so on. To begin, we pull up a tall loop, yarn over twice, and insert the hook into the space and pick up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 times. Then we yarn over twice and continue with 4 more trebles into the same space. Then we skip to the next space. We have 5 trebles. Chain 2 and 5 trebles in the same chain 8 space. And then 5 trebles in the next chain 6 space, and so on until we reach back to the beginning of the row. When you've completed the last 5 trebles, chain 2, 5 trebles in the last chain 8 space, you slip stitch into the top of the first treble. And then make double crochet stitches until the chain 2 space, in which you will put 2 double crochet stitches, chain 2 and 2 double crochet stitches, and then continue with double crochet stitches all along the next side of the square, and put 2 double crochet stitches, chain 2, 2 double crochet stitches into the next chain 2 space. And I've reached the chain 2 space, put 2 double crochet stitches, chain 2 and 2 double crochet stitches, then double crochet stitches all along the next edge, and so on until we reach back to the first double crochet stitch. When we reach back to the first stitch, we cut the yarn, leaving a tail, then pull the end through and pass it through the eye of a tapestry needle. Then we create an invisible seam by creating an artificial stitch here instead of the top V here. So we put the needle behind the second V and from the back to the front, and we pull, and then we insert the needle through the middle of the last stitch and bring it to the back. That creates an invisible stitch so that it's easier to sew the squares together when you're ready to do that. And then you just weave in your ends as usual, and your square is finished. You can lightly block this square to make it lay flat, and then you can add it to your blanket together with the flower squares. If you want to know how to make this square, please visit my channel and you will find a video for it there. And if you want to know when I publish more videos, please subscribe to my emails and to my videos. As you can see, these squares stack up perfectly because they have the same number of stitches on every main row. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!